Hey Gist fam, and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist. Today we are diving into a heated debate gripping Nigeria. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has strongly condemned the recent demolition of commercial plazas at the Lagos State Trade Fair complex, sparking a fiery exchange with the Lagos State government. Obi argues that these demolitions violate due process and negatively impact traders, many of whom claim to have valid approvals, but Lagos State is hitting back, insisting the structures were illegal and traders ignored opportunities to regularize their documents. This isn't just about buildings. It is about legality, livelihood, and the very spirit of governance. So, let us roll the clips from Arise News to get the full story. Sit back and take a watch.
We'll take another story now. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has criticized the demolition of commercial plazas at Lagos State's Trade Fair complex, alleging that the exercise violated due process despite traders holding valid approvals. The demolition carried out by multiple agencies, including the Ministry of Physical Planning, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency, and the Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, targeted structures in the Ojo local government area. Peter Obi visited the Auto Spare Parts and Machinery Dealers Association section of the market on Tuesday alongside several lawmakers, including Senator Ihinaya Abaribe of Abia South and Senator Victor Ume of Anambra Central. He commended the affected traders for their restraint in the face of their losses.
You know, I've complained consistently all over the country. This is not a time, considering how difficult things are in this country, that such a thing should happen. At a time, most of the people who build this have borrowed money from bank at high interest rates. The business is no longer the way it is. It is at a critical time. You cannot do this now in this country. So it's happening at a time nobody would have dared do such a thing. And I urge the traders, let's exercise patience. We hear everybody's going to work together to see that such does not happen again, and that what happened here, like they said, they will get to the root of it. And I'm sure they will get to the root of it.
Has fired back at Peter Obi over his criticism of the trade fair complex demolitions, accusing him of misleading Nigerians about the legality of the affected structures. In a statement released on Wednesday by Gbenga Omotosho, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, the government insisted that the demolished buildings had no valid permits and that the traders were misleading the public about their documentation, adding that they ignored opportunities to regularize their documents during the amnesty declared last year. Citing the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Act of 1992 and a 2003 Supreme Court ruling, the commissioner emphasized that the physical planning approval for any construction in Lagos must come from state government and that federal boards cannot override the requirement except the exclusive areas such as military formations. Dr. Abati, you know that this trade fair demolition has sparked a fierce debate over regulatory authority and due process. Traders affected by the demolition claim that the Trade Fair Management Board authorized the buildings. Omotosho clarified that the board only has powers to manage leases and tenancies, not granting building approvals. This issue exposes the complex jurisdictional tensions between federal agencies and state authorities in Nigeria's planning framework and highlights the need for a clearer regulatory framework governing such properties. And that's really what it is. We need a clearer governing framework. These affected traders are claiming that they had, the Trade Fair Board approve their buildings. And, the state government is saying it is the state's responsibility to approve buildings. Your thoughts on this?
Okay. Look, let me start with Gbenga Omotosho, who is the Commissioner for Information. He was saying, in response to the protest by traders at Aspamda, it is otherwise called, the trade fair complex in Lagos. That, look, these traders, before they put up their structures, did not receive approvals. They claim that they got the approval from the federal government board, and it was quoting the law in the statement that the Lagos state government put out, namely that, look, yes, you may say trade fair belongs to the federal government, but it is determined in the fiscal planning laws and also in a quoted AG Lagos versus AG Federation. That is the Lagos state government who has control over buildings and all of that. And that an attempt had been made previously to reach out to the traders in Aspamda at the trade fair complex, and they just ignored the Lagos state government and said, we don't have any control, we don't have any business with you. However, I think it is good that Mr. Peter Obi visited the place alongside Senator Abaribe Enyenaya and also Senator Victor Yume from Anambra Central. Enyenaya is from Abia South, to identify with these persons who are the owners of the structures at the trade fair. However, there was something I saw in the statement. The Igbo traders there, because there's an ethnic dimension to it, they were described as immigrants. Now, a Nigerian cannot be an immigrant inside Nigeria. And I think that we should refrain ourselves, whatever may be the level of provocation, from referring to a Nigerian as a refugee or as an immigrant in his own country.
Can you imagine?
The Constitution of Nigeria, Chapter 4, dealing with fundamental human rights, says as a Nigerian, you can live anywhere. So this indigenous settler thing has to come to an end. And those who are going on social media referring to Igbos as immigrants in Lagos should know that they have the right to be in Lagos. Just as, where is that your village? Oh, okay, you are from
I'm from Lagos Island.
Okay, she is the one who may be described as an immigrant. But
I live in Lagos.
Mr. Peter Obi made the point by saying that even when government is insisting on laws, insisting on rights, government must operate with justice, with humanity.
This is it.
With a human face.
This is it.
And I think that that's just the bottom line of it, so that we do not get all of this reduced to the level of ethnicity. As for Professor Wole Soyinka, I think, this is a major achievement for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And it's a great credit to the Gowon administration, to the Obasanjo administration, and to everyone involved in this revival, not just of a building, not just of a monument, but of a national pride called the National Theatre of Nigeria. And also to the Bankers Committee, and also to Emefiele, who has other issues with the government. But perhaps this is one thing that we will be remembered for being governor of the central bank, because it was under his watch that all of this was galvanized, and the Lagos state government gave support.
Right.
Professor Wole Soyinka deserves the honor. He says he receives it with mixed feelings and with a sense of nostalgia, but I think it's important that that cultural symbol is named after a man who not only won the Nobel Prize in 1986, but who is also a global citizen and a major source of inspiration for generations of Nigerian literary students and workers, including the speaker.
Fantastic.
As for President Tinubu saying Nigerians abroad should come back home, they should believe in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria first. We all believe in that. But this country should be made an attractive environment.
This is it.
We want Nigerians to come home. Do we have electricity? Do we have good roads? Do we have medical care? Many Nigerians who are abroad, many Nigerians who are Japanese, to use a famous phrase, they are doing so because the enabling conditions are not here.
Yes.
When President Tinubu says, come home, put Nigeria first, support your country, don't criticize your country, we should make Nigeria more attractive.
Absolutely.
The pastor of hope, Pastor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who has been preaching hope, he should deliver on that pastoral mandate.
Yes.
And then, of course, they will not need to preach too much for Nigerians abroad to promote their country and to
come back home.
Over
Yes.
to you, Pastor Tinubu.
Pastor Tinubu.
That was quite an insightful report covering both sides of a complex issue. Peter Obi's visit to the affected traders at the Auto Spare Parts and the Machinery Dealers Association, ASPAMDA. Okay, so that's the meaning of ASPAMDA. I love that name. That is Auto Spare Parts and Machinery Dealers Association, ASPAMDA. I've been thinking that the area is called ASPAMDA, not knowing that is an acronym. So, the section highlighted these immediate human costs of these demolitions. He emphasized that given Nigerians' current economic hardship, this is not the time for actions that further burden citizens, many of whom invested borrowed capitals into their businesses. He urged patience and a collective effort to prevent such occurrence and to uncover the root causes. However, the Lagos State government, through its Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, firmly rejected Obi's criticism. The government insisted that the demolished buildings lacked valid permits and that the traders deliberately ignored previous opportunities to regularize their documentations during an amnesty period last year. Omotosho cited the Nigerian Urban and Regional Planning Act of 1992 and the 2003 Supreme Court rulings to underscore that building approvals in Lagos must originate from the state government, clarifying that federal boards such as the Trade Fair Management Board, which traders claimed authorized their structure, only handled leases and tenancies, not construction permits. This legal stance highlights the ongoing jurisdictional complexity between federal and state authorities over physical planning in Nigeria. Now, for my critical take, this entire saga exposes a glaring tension between legal structures and humane governance. While adherence to laws and urban planning regulations is crucial for public safety and organized development, the manner and the timing of such enforcement demand a human face. As Dr. Reuben Abati aptly put it, the devastating impact on livelihoods, especially in a struggling economy, cannot be overlooked. Furthermore, the accusation by some within the Lagos State government highlighted by Dr. Abati of referring to Igbo traders as immigrants within Lagos is not only deeply concerning, but constitutionally baseless. As Dr. Abati rightly pointed out, no Nigerian can be an immigrant in any part of their own country. Such rhetoric fuels ethnic division and undermines the fundamental rights of every Nigerian to live and conduct business anywhere in the Federation. This brings us to the President Tinubu's recent call for Nigeria in the diaspora to return home and cease negativity. As the prophet speaks to it eloquently states, if the nation is truly rising, let justice rise with it. Let hospitals heal without bribes. Let faith be free without fear. Let streets be safe without silence. We do not return home. We do not return because we are told to. We return when the land becomes a home again. For Nigerians, both at home and abroad, the expectation is not just for laws to be upheld, but for those laws to be implemented with equity, compassion, and a genuine commitment to creating an attractive and supportive environment. This means providing basic amenities, ensuring security, and upholding justice, rather than creating an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. The future of Nigeria hinges on its ability to balance legal framework with human dignity, fostering an inclusive environment where every citizen feels valued and secure. What are your thoughts on the Lagos State Trade Fair demolition? Do you think due process was followed, or should humanity take precedence in such difficult times? Drop your comments below, hit that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Obas Trending Gist for more compelling stories. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe.